Hello everyone, it's SpawnPoiint and these are the best new games releasing in October that you need to know about. And if you thought last month was stacked, October is ridiculous. We've got sci-fi shooters, big name sequels, and even a couple of horror games for that Halloween season. So whether you're into action, strategy, shooters, or just want something fresh to play, I've got you covered. And kicking off October's lineup, we've got Ghost of Yōtei, the brand new game from Sucker Punch. So this one is set 300 years after Ghost of Tsushima in rural Japan. And this time we're stepping into the role of Atsu, a mercenary out for revenge against the Yōtei 6. And this looks absolutely brutal. Combat's been upgraded where the old stance system is gone, replaced by fluid weapon swapping and new tools. So you can swap between your melee, long range like bows, and now guns at the press of a button. Oh, and you can even disarm enemies during combat and use their own weapons against them, so that's pretty cool. Now once again, you're not alone, so you get your trusty horse to ride across the open world, but you can also now summon a wolf ally to fight alongside you. Now I've not seen if this is a thing yet, but I'm kind of hoping we can give him good boy pats. And I'm not sure about you, but I can see myself spending way too long in photo mode because the graphics that we've seen already in the early gameplay looks incredible. We've also got a dynamic weather system where you could be riding through the sunny golden fields 1 minute and knee deep in the snowy mountains the next. So yeah, if you're wanting to get lost in this stunning open world Japan, Ghost of Yōtei drops on October 2nd and that is exclusive to the PS5. Next up is Battlefield 6, and this one's shaping up to be the big comeback that fans have been waiting for, because it looks like they're trying to bring the series back to its glory days. So we've got that classic grounded Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 feeling, realistic infantry gunplay, destructive environments, and class-based teamwork. Like, I'm not saying I'm a terrible soldier, but I was a great medic in the beta. We've also got a proper campaign again where you play as Dagger 13, an elite squad in 2027, taking on a private military. It's going to be that classic military blockbuster stuff, but with the modern Battlefield spin. But let's be honest, multiplayer is where it's really at. Class-based squads, big maps, and absolute carnage on the ground. I just love jumping into a tank and blowing stuff up. Now at launch, we know we're getting the main campaign, which is going to be that cinematic masterpiece, as well as multiplayer. There is also the new Battle Royale mode, which will be free to play but will not be launching at the same time. Rumours are that it will be dropping at the end of October, but at this time there is no official date on it yet. So Battlefield 6 launches on October 10th and that'll be on the PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Let me know if you're hyped to play it. And next up is Little Nightmares 3, and this one looks like it's ready to creep into your nightmares again. So this is the puzzle platform horror game that could be the perfect co-op game for Halloween. And this time we are getting two new protagonists. We've got Lo and Alone, and for the first time ever the game has online co-op. So this means that you and a friend can stumble through the twisted world together. Lo's rocking a bow, Alone has a wrench, and both have their own ways to solve puzzles and deal with the bizarre looking monsters throughout the game. Now, having played the previous ones, the environments are once again pure nightmare fuel. And yes, the game keeps that slow, creepy tension that the series is famous for, just with a little more freedom to explore and experiment with these new tools. Now, although you can play this co-op online, there is no local split screen unfortunately, which the devs have said is to preserve the atmosphere of the game. And that's a shame really, because I would have played this couch co-op. Anyway, Little Nightmares 3 launches on October 10th on pretty much everything, so that's the PS4, PS5, Xbox, PC and Switch. And if you ever wanted to run your own dinosaur park without the risk of being eaten alive, this is your chance, because we've got Jurassic World Evolution 3 dropping on October 21st. And this time around, the game's bringing a ton of new features, including bigger islands, more species, and improved park management. So you've got to juggle feeding times, containment, and visitor happiness, buy or breed new dinosaurs, build cages or pens, and make enough money to keep running. Now it looks like the game also leans into chaos management this time, where one wrong move and suddenly your T-Rex is roaming free, guests are screaming, and profits take a hit. And I've got to say, graphically, the dinosaurs look incredible, and the environments do look alive. I would say if you're a fan of either Jurassic Park or any sim games like Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo, this will be perfect for you. So this drops on October 21st on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. And as it's the month of Halloween, here's something to sink your teeth into. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is finally dripping its way into October. So this is an action RPG where you're stepping into a dark, modern-day Seattle after awakening from a 100-year-long nap. Imagine that, you're the new vampire on the block trying to fit into the vampire clans. And every choice matters because who you team up with, who you betray, and how you feed all shapes the story around you. On top of that, the city looks alive and the combat is tighter than the first one. It's going to be awesome just walking around stabbing and biting people. Now this game is set in a fictional version of Seattle, which looks really nice. I'm loving the nighttime vibes and the lighting on this. And as it's an open world game, you can cross between the 5 different districts of the game with no loading screens at all. It's also worth mentioning that although originally the game was set to launch with clan content locked behind a day 1 DLC paywall, this has since been removed. So we get all of this on day 1. So Bloodlines 2 drops on October 21st and that'll be on the PlayStation, Xbox and PC. Okay, so Ark Raiders is definitely one of those games that's gone through a lot of changes since it was first announced, but this is looking really good. It's one of those that I wasn't bothered about originally, but I have quickly changed my mind as we've seen more gameplay. So it's a new third-person extraction shooter, which is a PvPvE. So it's all about that co-op play where you and your squad drop into this futuristic Earth where robots have taken over the world, essentially forcing all of humanity to live underground. Now down here, this is your base and you've got your community. You can buy, sell and trade, customize your character and accept missions. But above ground, this is where it all takes place. This place is absolutely massive and it looks unreal. So during the day, you get to leave the base and explore the land, dealing with NPCs, enemies and scavenging. You can also use a grapple gun, run around the rooftops and check out the apocalyptic looking world. And the great thing is you can play this in teams of 2 or 3 or go at it solo if you prefer. So if you're looking for a new co-op game to play and you're a fan of extraction games, Ark Raiders drops on October 30th on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. And next we're heading to a futuristic Tokyo for Ninja Gaiden 4. This is the action-adventure game where it's a direct sequel to Ninja Gaiden 3, but this time we're getting a new protagonist called Yakumo. Now the game aims to blend the classic Ninja Gaiden hardcore combat with fresh mechanics. So that classic intensity, lightning fast combos, brutal enemy encounters, and some of the most satisfying combat you'll ever see. So the controls are said to be a modernised version of Ninja Gaiden 2 combat with the option to change the difficulty settings. And what's cool this time is the level design. It's tighter, darker and built to reward skillful movement. You can wall run, dodge and chain combos through the hordes of enemies. As for the long-time fans of the series, well you'll get to still play as Ryo alongside Yakumo. Plus the visuals look stunning with that dark, gritty aesthetic vibe in this cyberpunk Tokyo city. So Ninja Gaiden 4 drops on October 21st on PS5, Xbox Series and PC, and it will be on Game Pass day 1. And if you've been itching for a return to Obsidian's hilarious sci-fi universe, then we have The Outer Worlds 2 landing on October 29th. This is a story-driven RPG set in a whole new part of space, with new factions, new planets, and all of the morally twisted choices the first game was famous for. Now this time it takes place in the colony of Arcadia, which is in the middle of a 3-way conflict where you, a new agent, are tasked with sorting it out and choosing a side. But every decision you make will have a real consequence in the game, so don't expect a clean save file if you go full on rogue. Combat also still has that mix of guns, tech and skills, but with a few tweaks that make it look and feel faster and more tactical. It's vibrant, strange and full of those weird little surprises that'll have you exploring the strange characters and the bizarre side missions. So The Outer Worlds 2 lands on October 29th on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Okay, so Dispatch is up next, and this is not your usual action superhero game, and it looks hilarious. It's like someone said, you know what the superhero genre really needs? Office drama. So you play as Robert Robertson, aka Mecha Man, after your suit gets smashed and you get demoted to Dispatcher. And your job, well, you'll be heading up a team of ex-villains turned would-be heroes where you've got to respond to emergencies across the city, sending the right people to the right jobs, and it looks like a proper chill game with a cool 80s vibe to it. Now this one is narrative driven with some strategy elements thrown in, and it's going to be delivered in an episode format. So at launch there will be 2 episodes, then there will be new ones weekly until November 12th. A bit like the Life is Strange series, which is a really cool idea. So this drops on October 22nd and that will be on PS5 and PC. And next up is one for the Pokemon fans, because Pokemon Legends ZA or ZA is an action RPG set to release on October 16th. But this time it takes place in Lumio City with a dense urban setting where humans and Pokemon coexist. And unlike traditional Pokemon games, this one has scrapped the whole turn-based combat system and introduced real-time battles instead. So you can now control your trainer while doing commands, dodging and throwing attacks without having to wait. So Pokemon Legends ZA launches on October 16th, however it will only be available on the Switch and the Switch 2. And here are a few bonus games that didn't make the top 10 today. First up is Terminator 2D No Fate. This was originally going to launch on October 31st, but only yesterday it got delayed until November 26th. Yooka-Laylee drops on October 9th, and this is a remastered and enhanced version of the 2017 game that we had back on the PS4 and Xbox One. Digimon Story Time Stranger launched on October 3rd, which is a turn-based RPG game, definitely one for the Digimon fans. And Black Ops 7 goes into beta access in October too. So the early access weekend is the 2nd to the 5th and the open beta is the 5th to the 8th. I'll jump on to give this a go, but let me know what you think to it as well. And if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, we've got these 3 new games dropping on October 7th. So that includes Alan Wake 2, Goat Simulator 3 and Cocoon. A pretty good lineup this month. And don't forget to add these to your library and they will remain there forever. And you've got until October 6th to get these September PS Plus games too. Okay, well that wraps it up. October 2025 is once again absolutely stacked. We've got horror games, shooters, extraction and strategy, so there's got to be something here for pretty much everyone. Now for me, I'm looking forward to Ghost of Yōtei, which I know I'm going to sink so many hours into, Battlefield 6 with the squad, and I'm going to pick up Dispatch too. But what about you guys? Anything that you're really hyped for or that I've missed today? Now drop a nice October games in the comments and I'll give you a thumbs up for staying right till the end. And if you did enjoy today's video, check out this video next. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow me everywhere. Until next time.